Well, just got back from the leaflet handout and I am utterly exhausted, but brilliant. Met a load of people which were really, really nice people, and all, saying the same thing basically: we've had enough. And that's what it comes down to. It's just like, we've had enough. So many people just, mind you, the town was pretty empty today, so that's a bit of a surprise. We didn't expect that, so we don't know whether there was a football match on or something. But from all the leaflets we gave out, because I did get 1,000 printed, there was a printers open in Middlesbrough, and he quite nicely said, "Yeah, I'll do them for you because it's for this." So that was really good. So we didn't start until about 15 minutes late, but it was okay. Gave me a chance to go and sit down and have a rest in the coffee. But what can I say? It was good. It was good. People, in general, didn't really know that much. People in general, seems the consensus of opinion, were not aware of what is really going on. And that is the issue that we've got to start looking at. And that is getting the information out to people so they can become aware. A few of the people that I actually gave leaflets to actually stopped and read it and were just absolutely gobsmacked, appalled at what was going on. And many people took the leaflets without even batting an eyelid. I think it's because they just get pestered, basically, every week in, week out, somebody's there on the leaflets out, whether it's for electric, or gas or something. But when it comes to something like this, it's a different ball game, because it's something that's really happening. And there was a gentleman there who was on the megaphone, and he was coming out with some great stuff. And I was just sat listening to him, and he was talking about how much it cost for Trident, and how much it costs for all the wars and stuff. And then it's so bad that disabled people have to ask for money. We live in a country that does that. We do that for people. That's what we do. That's why the NHS was set up, because we help people. We help each other. If that is not what it's about, then what is it about? Is it about, if you got 10 million, make another 10? I suppose so, if you're a millionaire. If you've got a billion, make another billion. I suppose so. That's the ultimate ingredient in my mind, my way of seeing things. But it's got to be for the next door neighbour, hasn't it? Who else has it got to be for? It's got to be for everybody that was walking down that street that we were handing the leaflet out. It's got to be for that person too. Who else is it for? What else is it for? I mean, if we have money, then what is it for? I've got nothing about people who've got loads of money buying a boat and, going to the Lake District and hiring a boat for £6.50. Well, you stop farting. I don't know what the hell I've given you to eat. We're going to the Lake District and hiring a boat and it costs £6.15. You think, how much money have I got left? Can I get some chips? That's what it's like for the normal everyday person. You actually go out for a day out and it's an extravagance to go on a boat. But for the billionaires, big difference. Big difference. And 89 million for 650 MPs expenses. Wow. Now that's more than just some sausage rolls, believe me. That's more than some sausage rolls these people turn up for. 89 million, that's 130,000 divided between 650 MPs. You telling me the MPs are helping us? No, they're not. £137,000 in expenses per average for an MP. They're not helping us. Think about that. Just have a think about it. £89 million in expenses. Now, 650 MPs who between them spend £89 million on expenses, £137,000 between them, or thereabouts. You think that's right? You think that's good? You think that's fair? Well, I absolutely do not think that's right, and I don't think it's good, and I don't think it's fair at all. I think it's an absolute abomination that these people will take that amount of money off us, the taxpayer, off you, the taxpayer. That's what I was trying to say today with the megaphone. Every one of you who's walking past here today, your taxes, this is where it's going. This is what's happening. It's your taxes. It's not the bloody government's money. The government spends your money. And then Gordon, this lad got up and Gordon, and was giving them the figures, and I was astonished. You know, like how much it cost to try a one missile. Amazing. And then I find out that these MPs, these leeches, are claiming £89 million in expenses. Does that make my blood boil? You ain't kidding, it does. You know, I'll come back exhausted. And yet, I found that out when I read Keith's letter. And I'm like, okay, sure, we need to do more then. But I'm telling you now, if you don't, as an individual, get in touch with your MP, you don't get in touch with your local councillors, but mainly your MP, you don't get in touch with them, you, not your neighbour, not anybody else, just you. If you don't get in touch with them, then this is the sort of thing that's going to just get worse and worse and worse. 650 MPs claiming £89 million between them. Nobody in their right mind, except MPs, think that's okay. I, in my life, in the circle of people I move in, which is the everyday person, I don't think that's right. Every one of them. Not one person will come up to me and say, okay, it's okay, it's no problem, let them have the 137. Where is this 137 gone? It's gone up. You know, the expenses row. It's gone up. So you have to do something. You. Doesn't matter what box you're in, doesn't matter what tag you've got, whether you're an activist or whether you're what political party you belong to. If you've got any humanity in you, you have, whether you touch on it or not is a different matter. If you allow that humanity to come through, you will not accept this sort of behaviour from your MPs. So I'm more determined ever after reading about that, you know, that expenses thing. So in a few weeks' time, Stockton-on-Tees will be a mass leaflet handout. The MP, Alex Cunningham, has more or less said, which I've got an email of a copy of his email, that he will attend once he's seen the leaflet, which I sent to him the other day, of which he hasn't replied back to yet. But I will send him another one tomorrow when I'm not so tired. Because that's one MP that's not going to get away with anything that I think he should be getting away with, which is being dishonest, being uncourteous, being disrespectful. Because if he sends me an email and he wants me to reply, which, you know, I would expect he would, I'll reply. Simple as that. And your MP should be exactly the same. Take no for an answer. Is that right? Don't take no for an answer. You get in touch with your MP. And forget about this stuff about, you know, well, MPs don't have to accept an email from you, you know, if, you know, you're not from their constituency. Look at that. Send it. Get in touch with each other. Let them know. Look, if you get in touch with me and say my MP won't help me because of this, I'll send them an email. It's not rocket science. Does it matter if there's some rules, somebody there going, well, we have the rules. The rules are you cannot do this. No. Throw the rules out the window. They don't belong to us, they belong to them. So if you live in London and your MP's not helping you, you send me an email or on Facebook, let me know, and I'll send them an email too. And then I'll ask all my friends to send them an email too. So hopefully they'll get thousands upon thousands of emails. Isn't that right? I think so. Anyway, I've got a subject there. Stockton-on-Tees, a few weeks' time. The probability is he will be turning up. And so there'll be photographs and sausage rolls going on. Then after that, I've just found out there's an ATOSSER thought I'd be on teas. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought, oh, I've completely forgotten about it. But that's the next one. And just to make one thing clear, I don't belong to anybody. I don't belong to the TUC. I don't belong to the Labour Party. I belong to the people who will do the best for me and my neighbours and my friends and the people I care about, which is probably everybody, because I don't really hate anybody except I have an intense dislike for Mr Cameron and his cronies. But I tell you what, if he was doing good for the country, I'd be saying great. So don't get me wrong. And I'm not a fair weather friend either. But I don't belong to anybody. If I want to do something, then I'll do it. And if it's good, I'll do it. I don't do things that are bad at all, but if it's good, I'll do it. So, me, I think like many other people, fed up with politics, fed up with all of this stuff that goes on, fed up with people claiming £89 million in expenses from the people's taxes. It's time to stop. But it's you and it's me, and that's who it's down to. It's not down to your MP. Your MP will not help you. Why? Because they've just claimed £137,000 in expenses. Do you think they want to give that up? No, absolutely not. So, get off your backside. Read Keith's letters on Facebook, because they're brilliant letters. And if anybody does watch this, don't expect me to be have allegiance to you simply because you belong to a specific organisation or party. No, I'm more interested in the humanity of another person, not the allegiance to a party or a union or anything like that. So anyway, see you tomorrow, hopefully, and then I'm just going to go and rest now. I'm shattered. Bye.